Welcome to the 28-day body transformation audio seminar, day 4, emotions part 2. And today we're going to talk about pain. As you'll remember from yesterday, I said that we don't really want things in life. We want the emotions that we associate to those things. And that the two primary emotions that are driving our lives are pain and pleasure. And of the two feelings, pain is by far the bigger motivator because it's built into our survival. The last figure I saw says that the driving factor from painful emotions is about 60 times to 200 times greater than focusing on just the pleasurable things we'll get from a situation. But I do think it's important to feel both, and we'll get to that. But just quick examples. We get hungry when we should eat. We feel a certain amount of pressure when we need to urinate. We get tired when it's time to sleep. We feel let's just call it a different type of pressure when we want to be intimate with someone. When it's been a while, right? That pressure builds up. Discomfort is the bigger motivator because it's hardwired into our survival. The pleasure is nice, but avoiding pain is mandatory for our survival as a species. Let's think about it. Have you ever procrastinated? Think of a term paper that maybe you did in high school or college, or maybe a big project you had for work. You put it off when it was first assigned to you, even though it may not be due for quite a while because the thought of just doing it at the time was too painful. There were other things that you would have rather done. And then the night before, you realize that you've gone, 6-8 weeks without even starting it. The night before, the thought of not getting it done became so painful that the potential embarrassment you might have, the way it might affect your life, all those negative emotions piled up that you pulled an all-nighter and you got it done just before you had to turn it in or present it. Has that ever happened to you before? Well, if you're like me, it probably has, and sometimes maybe even more than once. We've all been there. But the idea is you can use that pain to help you accomplish your weight loss goals. That pain will be your biggest helper. That pain will be your best friend. You see, just as we have a list of positive emotions that we are constantly pursuing, we also have a list of negative emotions that we're trying to get away from. Loneliness, feeling powerless, disappointing yourself or others, feeling trapped, feeling ugly, fat, unattractive, so on and so forth. And just like yesterday, I suggested you may want to make a list of all the positive emotions and put them in order of what's most important to you. For your own edification, you might want to make a list of all the negative emotions that you can think of and ask yourself, what emotions would I do anything to avoid? And again, these are different for everybody based on our own life experiences. In regards to your fitness, how is this going to help you, right? The most important part of the tape. We want positive feelings from our journey, yes, but we're also desperately avoiding negative feelings. For me, it was the idea of my daughter growing up not having known her father. Right before my daughter was born, I joined the village volunteer fire department. And I was a volunteer firefighter for a couple years. And as my wife was pregnant and sometime after, I used food as a coping mechanism. So I gained over 80 pounds with the pregnancy and then after my daughter was born. Food was a way to get away from the stress because it changed how I felt. So I gained 80 pounds. I ballooned up to 297 pounds at my heaviest. And then my wife threw me a surprise 30th birthday party. I had friends and family from all over. Some people I hadn't seen in many years got invited. And I remember being so embarrassed that these people I hadn't seen in so long that last time they saw me, I was lean and ripped and muscular and in shape, and now I was 300 pounds and way out of shape, and my ankles and my knees hurt, and I had trouble putting my socks on, and I'd get winded going up a flight of steps. The pain of that embarrassment of having everybody see me on that surprise party that I didn't know I was going to have really hurt, and I can still feel that embarrassment today. I almost asked everybody to leave. I didn't want anyone to see me like that. And I just wanted to go into a corner of my house and cry. And then I heard a statistic when I was around the same time. That was in May. I heard a statistics around that time that the number one killer of firefighters is a heart attack. And I thought, since my daughter was born, I'm up, 80 pounds since She was in the womb and after her birth, and that was showing no signs of slowing down. And if the number one killer of firefighters is a heart attack, and I'm very quickly gaining large amounts of weight, there's a very good chance that that could be me, and that I could be just a statistic before my daughter's ever even old enough to remember me. I felt so much pain because of that 30th birthday party, so much pain at the idea of thinking that my daughter might not know her father because I can't stop eating, because I can't get my stuff together, because I can't start dieting and working out again, because I can't find a way to happen because I'm working 2 jobs and trying to raise a kid. That pain really drove me, and I lost 89 pounds in the first year, and then I lost just under 100 pounds shortly after that. And since then, I've been going through a series of minor bulks and cuts and staying fairly in shape. But what drove me to take that action wasn't the positive feelings, oh yeah, I want to be powerful, confident, sexy, if you remember from yesterday. It was the pain of the situation. Knowing that I would do anything to make sure that my daughter could know her father, that I would do anything to never face that same degree of embarrassment again. That's what drove me. That's what motivated me. And it made the dieting and it made the workouts easy. Once you know what feelings you want to avoid, you can use those to drive your journey. If it's disappointing others, tell yourself that your friends, your family, your coworkers will be disappointed with you, and you'll be disappointed in yourself if you can't get your stuff together with this journey. Don't be afraid to feel those feelings. The more painful it is, and it should be, the easier this journey will be, because once you've reached that point when you're so damn frustrated that you will do anything, you will do whatever it takes to get out of that pain and never feel it again, and make sure that those around you never have to feel that pain. What, you think just getting your stuff together, you think just eating healthier is going to stop you? You think it's going to be hard to get to the gym 3 days a week when you'll do anything to keep your family from feeling that way about you? This journey is deeply mental and emotional. And if you can really feel that pain and really connect with the reasons that you're going for it, this will be easy. It's different for everyone. There are no wrong answers. Your assignment, email me, fitcoachjerome@gmail.com. What feelings do you desperately want to avoid? What are the negative emotions that you're trying to get away from? What are the bad feelings that you're presently experiencing right now by not having that physique or not having that level of health that you're dedicated and you're committed to having? What are those feelings? Let me know. And remind yourself of those and use those feelings to drive you. Those will be your best friend. That pain will do so much more to help you in this journey than the idea of feeling powerful, confident, sexy, whatever it is. Those positive feelings are good too. You need some of those. But that pain will drive you so much more. Thanks for listening today, guys. Email me, fitcoachjerome@gmail.com, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. That's it for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.